Hey guys, welcome back to Harrison Hacks. I just recently got a couple of shipments in, so I wanted to unbox them on video. So the first one, if I can get this to focus, which I always have a hard time. It is an 8Bitdo Super Nintendo controller. It's a Bluetooth controller. Let me just pop that out of there. Oh, it's got a nice weight to it. Buttons feel really good. I mean, this feels like a true Super Nintendo controller. And there we go. Can never get this thing to focus for you guys. I apologize. Just says 8Bitdo Snes30 gamepad. Here it is right there. Looks really nice. Just remove this packaging. Here is the instructions for setting up the Bluetooth. And then we have a couple more small boxes in here. I'm sure everyone knows what this is if you've watched an 8Bitdo controller unboxing. This first one here is something really neat, and I really can't wait to add this to my keychain. And it says FC30, and on the back side here, it's hard to see on my camera, but there's a little Nintendo controller. Very cool. It's funny, if this was a genuine Nintendo product, I would probably just put it right back into its box and never use the keychain, because you never know when things are going to be worthwhile. I'm not going to bother opening this, guys. It's just a USB cable. You can use this USB, and you update the firmware through USB. That's weird. If you shake it, it's got some jiggle to it, but hopefully it works perfectly. I will test it out and definitely give my review and thoughts on it. Let me just pop this back in there. Okay, so that is the first of my shipments. Sorry guys, I like to keep everything as pristine as possible. So, okay, next we have a USB Super Nintendo controller, and this one actually feels pretty good. I've done a video previously on USB Super Nintendo controllers, and this one's got a little more weight to it than the other. Buttons feel good. What I like is it has convex buttons on the bottom and concave on the top, and what I like about that is the North American Super Nintendo controller had that. These two were concave and these were convex, so I like that. But what makes it more impressive to me is it has the Famicom colors. I really like that. I like that better than just the purple. So I can't wait to give this a try. Data Frog, you know, not a brand name or anything. I think this cost me like $4 or something like that. But it's actually got a decent weight to it for being such a cheap controller. I'm mostly, you know, with anything, select button feels kind of wonky. Good thing I don't use that too often. I might have to open this up. Start button feels good. Everything else feels good, but that select button sticks. So it's something I'll be looking into. And the D-pad is the biggest thing. Okay, so that's the Super Nintendo USB. This one here, I believe, is also a Data Frog, and these are AliExpress controllers. So this is a USB NES controller, and I went with the all black version. I just thought it was kind of cool looking. I already have one that looks legit. It's unbranded and whatnot. D-pad feels okay. Start and select are rubber, and they both work well. A and B again. See, on my other USB controller, they are convex, and these are actually concave, just like the the official NES controller. Okay, so it means they got a little groove inwards if you're not familiar with the term. These buttons are a little more clicky, but this is older and I actually have to open this up and clean it up, so it feels really nice. I mean, I guess if I wanted to, I could peel off my Nintendo sticker and put it on there, but we'll see how well it works first. And finally, and this is, well, let me get something else quick out of the way here before I show you the last controller. I guess I should have saved the 8Bitdo for the last. It's definitely the high-end one. I got it on AliExpress for $24. They had a 7th anniversary sale or something, and I got it for $24 Canadian, which is a pretty good deal. So they shipped me this. This is I got this for a couple dollars. It's a replacement NES cartridge. Oh, there's the little screws. So they send little Phillips head screws as opposed to the game bit screws, which is fine by me because I may have to open this more than once. This is going to be, I'm looking to purchase a Raspberry Pi 0W, and so this will become an emulation center all in its own. The quality, I mean, when it's separated, it feels kind of flimsy, but I just can't seem to get the thing together on both sides. There we go. So this will become another project, and I will be shooting a video once I get my hands on the Raspberry Pi Zero. I also have another plan that I'm going to do. I have the old white Xbox 360. I have one mint condition, but the system red ringed, so the case is great. So what I want to do is put a Raspberry Pi 3 in there, have the Bluetooth capabilities, and also where your hard drive would plug into the old Xbox 360, I'm going to utilize that for an actual external hard drive. But I'll get more into that when I'm ready and I have my Pi and I'm ready to get into that project. So this last one, I've been waiting quite some time for. I've never owned a Sega Saturn, but I bought this controller. Yeah, the buttons feel okay. Yeah, this one, but it's got L&R triggers as well. This is another USB. I'm not sure if it's Data Frog or not. This one says Data Frog, but I'm pretty sure all three were. I'm not 100%. And for these, I believe I paid, I want to say $15 for all. But this feels okay. It's something where you've got to try it. You definitely got to play it before you can say 100% that yeah, it's good or not. And the reason why I wanted to get this was, you know, emulating Genesis with this, I'm using YBA for my Genesis. It's just not the same. And this is pretty close. And the reason why I didn't get the actual Genesis USB controller was this has L&R buttons as well. So if I want to use this for something else, and it just gives me more options. The L&R triggers, and we've got all these, and they feel okay. I definitely want to give this one a try. Not as heavy as this one. This one feels heavy. This got a little bit of weight. This one's lighter, and it's the larger of all of them. But definitely very light. And the plastic is kind of... it's okay, I guess. But definitely this is the cream of the crop right here. Can't wait to try this out. I'm actually going to go try this on my computer. And then I can give a follow-up review after some gameplay. You know, Super Punch-Out and also Super Mario World and a few other games that I want to test it out on. And I can also, I guess, test it out with that. So, I mean, what I would say with this 8Bitdo is, from what I've read and what I've heard, these are the best. And this does feel like a real SNES controller. So again, guys, I will follow up with a future video tell you how all these worked out. And thanks for watching, and have a good day.